Hey class, welcome back. This is week 3 of CISC 350, Introduction to Data Communications. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful week. This week we're going to be jumping into Module 3 and be talking about the physical layer of the OSI model. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So log into Canvas and jump into the Modules section. Okay, once you pull up your module, scroll down to Module 3, the physical layer. Okay. Week 3, Module 3, right? So the first page in this module is going to be the overview video, which we're recording right now, okay? If you go to the next page, you'll find the PowerPoint for my lecture, okay? So go ahead and download it. I recommend before watching the lecture, just quickly skim through it, just so you can kind of get a general idea of what we're going to be talking about. And then watch the lecture video with a PowerPoint and, follow along. If, there's some, and you can write notes on, the PowerPoint. You can either print it out or, just have it on a different screen and take notes while watching the lecture video. Okay? So after you finish watching the lecture video, reviewing the slides, I also have a couple other videos I need you guys to watch. Okay, so this next video, we're going to be talking about cables, right? There's more to just routers and switches and the physical layer. We also have to talk about, the different types of cables we have out there, right? So we're going to be talking about that. And then we're also going to be talking about, Well, we'll go over some different contexts of, the different types of wires. A little more into detail because it's not really covered in my lecture video. And then after that, we're going to be talking about Wi-Fi versus Ethernet, okay, in this next video. So these two videos I just pulled from YouTube because they really explain it well. And it's not really covered in the PowerPoint or my lecture video. That's just how the book was written. But I thought it was important that we cover these two as well. So go ahead and watch the lecture video, watch the cable video as well, and I have some key terms right here and a summary of the introduction to U2P or unshielded twisted pair cables, and then some cabling issues that may resolve, or may happen when you're cabling for networking, and then also some Wi-Fi versus Ethernet pros and cons. Not pros and cons, like the differences, right? So that's the content for this week. Now, after you review the content or watch the content, review the PowerPoint slide and some of the other videos I posted over here, okay? The next portion of this week is going to be a physical layer assignment. Now, if you want, you can first actually do the quiz, which is on the next page. I'd recommend doing the quiz first, just so you can get it out of the way after you watch the lecture video because it's fresh in your memory. But you also have an assignment this week, okay? So this week, the assignment is going to be, since we talked about the physical layer, we talked about specific devices, okay? I want everyone to kind of be able to get hands-on experience on how to create a network diagram, because networking is not just about, knowing IP addresses, right? You have to know how to map out a network as well. Now, this is going to be your first assignment of creating a network diagram. And so I think this is just like a basic starting step, all right? Organizations, entities out there, their network diagrams are so complex, has a bunch of things connected to the cloud. We're talking about, millions of dollars of infrastructure set up, wide area networks across the United States. So, it's very complex. Now, this assignment specifically for the physical layer, I want you guys to just create a network diagram of, your home network or your ideal home network. Okay, some of you may not have or would wish that your network would look like something different than what you already have. So whatever you're more comfortable with, if you have a home network, feel free to draw that out. If you don't want to do that, your other option is to just create your ideal home network. What, in a perfect world, what would your network at home look like? Okay. So I mentioned that you must draw, these network diagrams, and drawing these network diagrams, as a network administrator, you don't really use, pencil and paper. You use different types of softwares to kind of draw this layout, okay? And I want you guys to draw this network diagram using one of these apps right here. So I provided a couple links. I like using draw.io. I think they lead to the same actual application. But go to draw.io. All right, go ahead and click on the link. You can either use Google Drive, OneDrive, but I just say decide later. It's just that first pop-up is just saying, where do you want to save everything to? Now, you can save it or you don't have to save it. It doesn't matter. I recommend saving it just in case, you accidentally forget you want to make changes later down the week, or it accidentally gets deleted, or you upload the wrong thing. Go ahead and save it. But for, this case, or connect your Gmail account, Google Drive, or Outlook Drive, whatever you need to. But for this specific demonstration of the overview video, I just said decide later. I don't want to go and log in to Google right now. But essentially, this is an application where you can create network diagrams or flowcharts. So it's not just network diagrams. You can create a lot of other different types of flowcharts in this specific application or this link. Now, in our case, we're just going to do a network diagram. Okay. So, starting off, drawing your network, you kind of have to have an idea of, the different items that you want to put in it. We're just going to say an ideal network. It doesn't have to be your home network, right? What's your ideal home network? So my ideal home network, maybe I want a router. So to find, pictures of routers or a diagram, pictures, we'll say pictures of routers. We'll type in the search bar here, routers. All right, we're looking for a router. Okay, you can pick anything that, looks good to you. So for me, I like having a wireless router. All right. So I put this right here. Okay. Now, next, I have a couple computers at home, right? Computer. All right. So we'll put in a couple computers here, right? And then I have, a laptop and a couple phones as well. And a phone. Oop, that's pretty big. So, just kind of freeform it. I'm not going to be too difficult on this for you guys. I just want you guys to kind of get a feel for it, So we have a wireless router. Actually, I would prefer to have two wireless routers using a mesh topology because I have two stores in my house, right? We'll do something like this, right? And now we'll make a, let's see, we can connect these to like a modem. All right. Something like this, Oops. Let's see. you have to create the connections as well. So make sure you draw that, right? Write these connections, and then we can put dotted lines for wireless. So here we go, we have a dotted line. So we're actually going to have these dotted lines here. Oops. Dotted lines because these are wireless, right? And this, right? And we don't need 3 computers here, we'll just do 1. And there's 1 computer here, we'll just have it directly connected, okay? Hardwired in. Now you guys can be as creative as you want. If you need to, you can even like lay out your house if you want to, like a floor plan of where these will be put out. Be creative. Do it however you want. But I need one thing for you guys to do is at least label every item and have at least 7 different devices out there. Okay. And I would like a quick sentence down here, 2-3 sentences of what exactly you have and why you have it, okay? Or how you decided that, not how you decided, but, how does your network exactly look like, okay? I know we haven't gotten into IP addresses yet, so you don't have to write IP addresses just yet, but if you do know, if you have experience in subnetting and IP addresses, feel free to write those down as well, okay? So right now, just label the devices. We'll come back to IP addressing later, okay? But be as creative as you want. The more creative you are, the more points you'll get on the assignment, okay? So it's a pretty cool application. Just go ahead and click on, either one of these. It will lead you to the same apps.diagram.net website, so you can draw network diagrams. And then to submit this, I would like you to either file save it as a PDF, or you can take a snapshot or snapshot, open up a Word document and kind of just post it and then upload it to Canvas. All right, whatever works better for you. Just it has to be either in a Word document file or docs or .pdf form. Okay. So make sure you post this by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. or February 2nd, 11:59 p.m. and you should be good to go. So other than that, the only thing else you have is the quiz, and that's 5 points as well. Okay? So relatively simple, nothing too complex. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're just going to be reviewing the physical layer, so go ahead and watch the lecture videos, some of those other videos I posted, especially about cabling. So also, what you probably want to do is mention what kind of cabling you are using here. Okay? So maybe you want to do that as well. But remember, watch the lecture videos, take the quiz, and then do the assignment. So just for ease of sake, I think it would be easier if I just moved this quiz before the assignment, just to have it a little more chronologically ordered. But with that, that's about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have. With that, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.